Get ready, this one's long. In 2022, I had back surgery. I had been dealing with excruciating physical pain that had probably manifested from emotional pain and things that I'd gone through my life in 2021. And so I wanted to get better and stronger and be able to be more present for my family. And living in chronic pain is difficult. And so in 2022, I decided to have a discectomy, and they had to remove pieces of my spine off of my spinal cord. And after that happened, that's a long story in itself, how I found this beautiful, sweet, kind doctor who really just gave me hope and followed through it and changed my life. But after my surgery, he told me, you'll never run a 5K. You'll never hike. You have to be careful. You have to listen to your body. And I wasn't allowed to exercise for a year. And so I didn't. And then I didn't. And then I didn't. And I couldn't really, I was getting physically weak. And I really could literally walk from my house to my car to my desk and then back at it again. And so I wasn't feeling good physically. And so I just this past year I just took control of my health, and I started doing these exercises every morning. And first it was just like 5 minutes of just stretching and moving and doing these not silly movements and taking control of my body and my health. Well, today, 3 years later, and a lot of choices and life choices later, I walked like a mile along the river. And it makes me a little emotional because you can control your controllables. You can change your life. You can put your life on the path that's for you. I do it in faith. God's right there with me, holding my hand and leading me and guiding me and letting me know what's safe for me. So I've made lots of choices, lots of decisions to get mentally strong and physically strong. But the biggest thing that I've learned to do is to be present in my now and know my truth. If you guys know me, my journey in 2017, I lost my mom and I had lost my dad, and I was lost, and I wanted my life to be better. I wanted my life to be better for me and my children, and so I dug in and started to get to know myself. And I encourage you to do that, because if you are a person of faith, you know that you are created to be something wonderful. And God has big plans for you, but you got to be a participant. And if you're not a person of faith, maybe the universe is for you and you're for yourself and all the things. But we are wonderfully made. We started as a cell, as a thought, as a little connection between two human beings, and turned into a body that embodies a soul that is got big things to do. So today I'm in gratitude. I had a gratitude shirt on. I changed it, but I'm in gratitude for the wherewithal to change your life at any moment. At any moment. Whatever you want and whatever's for you is already yours. But you have to be a participant and you have to do the work. I say that in work, but I also mean it in life. I had to get to know me. I had to get to know what I stand for, and I have to have a firm resolve to live in this big world where there's lots of big feelings. My 3-year-old granddaughter says I have big feelings. And I've learned to not live in emotion and feelings and live in my truth and live in my now. And I will tell you, and I will leave you with this. There's power in your now, and that's where the power is, in this moment. Not 5 minutes ago, not an hour after. Right now, So be intentional about what you do and living in your truth and living in your now. Today I walked for a mile along a beautiful river in a new city where I'm embarking on a new journey. 10 years ago, you would think I thought I would live this life on my terms with peacefulness and calmness, truth and love inside of me. I didn't think so. I didn't even know it was possible, but it is for me and for you. Peace and love, Amy.